Welcome to week 15 of Side Piece Poker. My name is Matt Rosga, and thank you as always for watching my content. On today's episode, we have 2 poker sessions to talk about, and we have a giveaway to do, so let's jump on in. This week's poker was played at Horseshoe Casino in Baltimore, Maryland. Both times I bought in for $250. Similar to last time, I felt that was appropriate due to the stacks of the table, as everyone was hunting for the high hand promotions. This week I have some very good news to share that I hit my first high hand. So one of the days was very, very profitable. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, let's look at each session individually. The first session was played in the morning on Tuesday, I believe. And I went down $175. I have one hand from the session, which I'll talk about as my bad hand for the week, but we rebounded nicely. I was there on Wednesday, I think it was, but I could be off on that date. I'll update it correctly in the graphic. And I won $677. I hit the high hand, which I'll talk about in my good hand of the week in my poker valuation. But yeah, nice net pos for the week of $502. An excellent start to April. And it's looking good, feels good. So let's dive into the poker recap. Or poker valuation, sorry. My bad hand of the week, which we'll start with, happened on the first session of the week. So I am in, like middle position. I get pocket tens. And someone raised it up to like 10 or 15. I call. I think it was 2 or 3 of us headed to a flop. So flop him comes king, king, nothing. So I'm pretty sure it checks around. Then the turn comes another king. I believe there's an initial raiser. To maybe 15. I raise it up to 40 with probably 200 behind. The player after me goes all in for about 150 total. So I would have to add initial raiser 15. I raise it I think it was 35 or 40. So I have to add another 100 on top with, I have a full house, kings and tens. It's do I think he has the king? Maybe. Would the king be doing this right now, going all in, try to get value? So the answer is yes. I made the call and he turned over a king. So the reason he went all in there is for the high hand promotion. So the high hand was InstaPay. Actually, no, it wasn't InstaPay for this one. It was the 20 minutes. Yeah, the 500 every 20 minutes. I'll show it on this graphic right here. It's circled. So the reason he went all in was because the hand he had was king jack. And if an ace or king or queen, I guess not a king, ace or queen came on the turn, or on the river, sorry, his high hand would not have qualified because both hole cards have to play, as noted on this graphic. So the river was a clean low card. But I should have taken that all in jam as I have a king. I thought it was, maybe it's even jacks there, I'm dead. But I thought it was maybe I have a lower pair or an ace trying to scare me away, pick up a nice $100. But no, it wasn't. He had the king. My full house lost. And I paid him $150, maybe a little bit more, 175. For the rest of the day, because I had him covered. For the rest of the day, I played pretty even poker, but still walked out of there down 175. Did not hit a high hand. But we went home. We were undeterred, and we went back the next morning. And what happened? We hit a high hand. So it came 2 hours into the session. Oh, for the first one, I also played from 10 to 11:30. Had to go home, had to work. And in the next one, similar time frame on the Wednesday promotion, 10 to 11:30. So right as I'm thinking about leaving, or play a little bit more, maybe one more orbit, I get dealt ace 6, and truthfully, I couldn't tell you what position. The whole high hand just, that's what I remember. So I can tell you, I believe it was all limps. I think 3 people limped in. So there was, $9 in the pot? It might have been 4 people, so there's 12. Something like that. I don't even remember. I think there were 3. So there's $9 in the pot, and with the high hand qualifier, there has to be $20 in the pot in order for the InstaPay to happen. So the Wednesday promotion, I should start there, is $500 InstaPay. So if you get aces full using both hole cards, or better, you get $500. Sick. That's why I like Horseshoe. I've talked about this before, but it's a great promotion. So I get ace 6. Everyone limps in. We get to a flop of ace, ace, jack. So I'm looking we get a 6, we get an ace, we're getting $500. Check, check. There really might have been 2 of us. What I truly think happened is I called I think I was either under the gun or under the gun +1, maybe somewhere in there. and only the big blind checked. I think the small blind folded, big blind calls. So there's $7 in the pot, which is not 20 if you were unsure. Check, check. Ace, ace, jack, check. Turn 10, check. Then the river comes the case 6, and I'm like, for me, $500? So I assess. He checks to me. Yeah, he's a big blind. He checks to me. I see. I need to bet $10 to get. So I bet 10, and he starts to fold. And as he's starting to, he's like, I'm in seat 7, and he's in seat 6. So he's the player to the right of me. Yeah, that seems correct. So he starts to fold, and I'm like, call, 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 call. And he's wearing headphones. He's on tilt. He just lost like a pretty big hand, honestly. And so as he's sliding his chips, like the guy next to me is like, call. And so he calls. I turn over my ace 6. We got a high hand. As a thank you to him, I gave him $50. I don't know if it feels appropriate. I also tipped the dealer 20. Probably should have gone 25, but take a look at these chips. They come over, have me give my player's card, have me sign the sheet, and they give me this nice little stack of chips right here. So that's $500. I was already up like $250 from the session. So that was pretty sweet. We took away $677 total, so that's the $500. Plus I was up like $250 minus the $70 for the tip. Yeah, it was great. That was just the real rebound I needed from the day before. I was happy that I was up. I had a nice king's hand that day that led to it, but the big one was ace 6. So ace 6 is my favorite hand in the world right now for a little bit. And it's nice. It's a good way for the week. Good way to end the week? Good way? I don't know. It was great. That's the hand. We hit the aces full promotion, and it was awesome. That's this week's poker. Let's dive into the giveaway. All right, we got the Ravens hat to give away. Thank you to everyone who entered, and I really appreciate you all for their support and for entering my giveaways. Hopefully, since April's off to a hot start, we'll be doing a cash giveaway. Without further ado, let's spin the wheel. And the winner is my dad. Thanks for the support, Dad. I appreciate you watching and commenting on my videos. So Ravens hat's yours. Hopefully you'll be wearing it when we go to some games in the fall. Let's move into the wrap-up. Yeah, short and sweet episode today. That's all we really have to talk about. We had the 2 sessions of poker and made $502. Very positive week. Awesome start to April, and I hope that continues next week. Shout out to Horseshoe for their awesome promotions. This $500 high hand is really great, and there are a lot of high hands hit during the InstaPay, so I know a lot of people left happy. I hope to be able to play back here in the future, maybe hit some more high hands, and who knows, keep stacking that money. So week 15, a little summary, 2 sessions of poker played, around 3.5 hours of poker played. I had to wait literally none either time. 25 minutes to get there, so 50 minutes each. So an hour, 40 minutes total. We're going to say really no waiting, because I really didn't have to wait. Sat down pretty right away, both times. So yeah, that's the totals. April's starting to be a good month, up 502. Let's hope week 16, we keep stacking that money. So my name is Matt Rosga. Thank you so much for watching week 15 of Side Piece Poker. I hope to see you back here next week for week 16 of Side Piece Poker.